Hey Game Gurus, welcome back to the channel. Well, today's the day. Today is 8/20/22. It's 8 a.m. on Saturday, and in exactly 12 hours at 8 p.m. on 8/20/22 this evening, the GRS Build-A-Cade pre-order will officially go live. So all you need to do is go to the Thundersticks Studio website, which you can see the link right up here, and I'll put a link down below, thundersticksstudio.com. That'll take you to our main page here, and you can see Arcade Workshop's logo. That's Gary, my main partner, who designed the Build-A-Cade for GRS products. And well, let's go take a look and see what we can do and what things are going to cost. I'm very excited about this. I've gotten such great feedback from so many people and other companies. Very excited about this. So when you click on the link, it'll take you to the main page here. Now the pre-order is not live yet, so it's going to say out of stock, and it probably will always say out of stock because this is a pre-order. Basically, you will pick what you want. You will be charged for the Build-A-Cade items you purchase. It'll be available in fourth quarter, but if you do cancel, you will be refunded. But you will be charged when you place your order. But if you do cancel, you will be refunded. So let's see what we have right here. First of all, here is our Build-A-Cade unit right here, and you can see I was always trying to get this under $100, and you can see we've done that. It's not $99, but it's going to be, as you can see right here, $89. That's right, you can get a official Build-A-Cade unit that comes with everything minus the Raspberry Pi, the single board computer, but everything else is included for just $89. And you can see right here, we got our box artwork all done right here. Very proud with the box artwork we have here. And you can go through and see the different pictures of the unit. This is what you would receive, everything in the picture here, again, minus the single board computer, for $89. And again, we should have this available in fourth quarter. And as well, if you don't like the artwork we include here, Joe Szabos will have artwork available. You can change it out. You can see right here, here's the exploded view. This is what you'll basically be putting together right here. It goes together very easy. You just need a Phillips head screwdriver. That's it. Everything else is either slides in and puts together very easy. This needs a couple of screws in the back to kind of hold things together. And see, there's a nice battery pack in here. But everything else is included. We'll get to this one right now next. So again, the main kit for the Build-A-Cade will be $89, and that'll be available fourth quarter. But of course, one of the things about the Build-A-Cade that we're very proud of is having additional controllers for different types of games. So one of the items you can purchase independently is the dual joysticks, and that's going to go for not $24, but $19.99. So we got the price down there as well. So with dual joysticks, you can play games like, Robotron 2084, Battlezone, Crazy Climber, Total Carnage. There's a lot of games that use two joysticks, and for an additional $19, you can get that controller, put it in, and play those games the way they're meant to be played. Now, another controller we have is our 3-button joystick. When you get the Build-A-Cade, it's basically a single button like Donkey Kong and maybe Galaxian, and of course we include the Adventures of Robbie Roto now. So thank you so much for the licensor of that application program for the Build-A-Cade. It was really a kind of her to do. But if you want additional joystick with additional buttons, this joystick will come with a player 1, player 2 start plus 3 buttons, A, B, and C. And that is not $24.99. That's also going to be just $19.99 if you want to have that controller here. Now, one of the other big types of controllers that people would want to play, and I know I do, will be our spinner. And again, this is not a potentiometer. It's not the lousy controller you got with the Arcade One of Asteroids. It was basically a clicker knob, which was quite ridiculous to put in their machine anyway. But that had us come out with our Hall Effect spinner, which of course is the class leader technology, and it's sold extremely well, 5 stars on pretty much everyone who's gotten it. And we've shrunk that down, so it's the same Hall Effect technology in this spinner. And again, not at $29, but $24.99 you can get the spinner, and that is a spinner using Hall Effect technology that we pioneered. Player 1, player 2 start, 3 buttons, and we also include a driving steering wheel. So if you want to play games like Breakout, Pong, Arkanoid, you can use a spinner for that. Tempest spinner. But if you want to put on a steering wheel, now you can play Turbo, Pole Position, or any other driving game that uses a steering wheel. So you have the option for both, and that's going to be, again, not $29, but $24.99. Now the other big controller we're going to be offering obviously is a trackball. And of course, people know that our trackballs are, again, very good quality and work extremely well, very high praised. So we now have shrunk that down for our Build-A-Cade. And again, that's not going to be available at $29. Nope, we got the price down again to $24.99. And with that, you get a player 1, player 2 start, 3 buttons, and a trackball. Of course, with a trackball, you have Missile Command, you have Crystal Castles, you have Marble Madness, you have Centipede, you have Millipede. There's so many games that use a trackball. And again, class-leading trackball technology shrunk down for the GRS Build-A-Cade. But what if you basically want all 4? You don't want to spend independently for one controller or the other. We will be offering a 4 combo kit, not at $99, but at $74.99. That will give you all 4 controllers. That is the dual joysticks. That is a joystick with the additional fire buttons. That is a spinner with the steering wheel and the trackball controller. All of them for $74.99, and that's a complete kit. So let's go look down here on the webpage a little bit just to see what we have right here. So you can see here is the joystick that comes with the GRS Build-A-Cade. It is a single joystick, 8-way directions, with a player 1, player 2 start, and an action button. So games like, Galaga, Galaxian, Donkey Kong, Popeye, all those type of games will all work perfectly fine with that setup. And it is set up as a vertical screen right now. Again, the Build-A-Cade is our first forte into this. We're going to have other options, and one of the options probably will be a horizontal screen, but for right now we're doing a vertical screen in this unit. And you can see here on the back, we have an additional joystick on the back, because if you do put in a spinner or a trackball, you still need to navigate RetroPie and select your games. So this joystick on the back is basically the same as the joystick up here, but on the back. So you'll always have a way to navigate your menus. And we have our 2 function buttons as well. We have our SD card that'll be included, which will have what we call a noob downloader. So when you connect this to the internet, you can basically power it on, connect to the internet, and it will download the appropriate files. Now, Gary also, in our instruction manual, will also have step-by-step ways to do the same thing we already did for you. So if you want to build your own custom or modify a custom build already out there, you'll know how to do that to make it work properly with the Build-A-Cade. It is very good instructions, very, very easy step-by-step instructions. And in case we're also including stereo speakers, because the Raspberry Pis do have stereo speakers. Now, not all games will take advantage of that, but the ones that do will have stereo speakers right here. We have our main power on-off switch, and we did change our micro USB to USB-C. So basically, we have more power available, and you won't have to worry about, is it a controller right way, wrong way, right way, wrong way. Just put it right in and you go. We also have our volume knob right here, so we get to turn the volume all the way down to 0, or of course turn it up higher. Now, it's not going to be Arcade 100 watts sound. You'll get plenty of sound out of the unit. And we do have a soft power switch right here. If the machine does lock up, still, Raspberry Pis do freeze at some times. You can hit this little button here and reset the unit. We have 2 external USB ports. Now, if you have a Raspberry Pi A, there's only a single USB port, so you only have one of these active on the outside. You could put a hub on the inside, of course, and make both active. But a Raspberry Pi 3B or Raspberry Pi 4 will have 2 ports. You can put both these and have both ports active. And of course, HDMI out. Now, right now, the HDMI out is only going to be working on the Raspberry Pi 3 versions. Raspberry Pi 4, technically it'll work, so I just want to let you know, if you do have Raspberry Pi 3, it'll auto-rotate the screen on your horizontal monitor if you lose a lot on the left and right side. So I do recommend on both Raspberry Pi 3 or 4, using a TV set where you can rotate the screen externally. But if you can't, a Raspberry Pi 3 will give you a better experience. Right now, we are looking at ways to make the Raspberry Pi 4 do the same type of screen rotation. So again, this is a do-it-yourself project and product, so the community may find other ways to make that work. We did find a very elegant way to make it work right now. So Raspberry Pi 3 and 4 both work. With the external HDMI port, a Raspberry Pi 3 will rotate the screen. The 4, you would have to rotate the screen yourself at this time. We're still looking at ways to improve that. You can see here on the front, we do have 2 buttons here. On the front, these are action buttons. One would be a coin, one could be a setup button, but one is going to be used for your coin. You can see under the lock for the coin door, it's a silicone button. You pull that away, and you have a headphone jack. So you can connect, obviously headphones or an external amplifier. If you want to really crank out some heavy tunes, you can connect it right here and get some more music out of or sound effects out of your Build-A-Cade. And of course, you have to have a light up marquee. And again, we have our beautiful Build-A-Cade light up marquee right here. And again, Joe Szabos will offer additional artwork. So if you want to have your own artwork for Star Wars, Robotron 2084, name your game, Joe Szabos will have artwork they could put not only for the marquee, but the bezel around the screen, of course the side artwork and the control panel. Joe Szabos will be the person to go to for that. You know, we basically tell you right here all the items you will get with the Build-A-Cade. It's definitely an easy to assemble kit. I consider it like Legos. Everything kind of fits right together, and then there's a couple of screws in the back to hold everything tight. You do get a 4.3-inch IPS screen in a vertical format. So whether the game is horizontal or vertical, it will come on the vertical screen. Again, in the future, we have additional plans for different modifications, but for right now, you will get a vertical screen. You will get a control panel with a joystick and 3 buttons. And 3 buttons are player 1 start, player 2 start, and an action button. You do get an illuminated marquee. Oh, I passed right over the coin door. The coin door with 2 buttons and a headphone jack. Sorry about that. You also do get the light up marquee. I'm always excited about light up marquees. You do have the HDMI video output. We do say right here Pi 3 only. It will work with the Pi 4, it just will not auto-rotate the screen. But again, if you have an external monitor that can rotate, you'll have no issues there. We're looking at things to probably fix that in the future. There are 2 external USB ports. Of course, we have stereo speakers, a rechargeable battery, and we're getting, I say roughly 3 hours. We're still doing testing, but it will depend on if it's a Raspberry Pi 3 or 4. You know, the Raspberry Pi 4 is going to be more power hungry, but on a Raspberry Pi 3, you should get at least 3 hours. We do have vinyl artwork, and that vinyl artwork is thick and well protected. So if you do put it down and it doesn't fit the way you like it, you should be able to peel it off and put it back down without causing any damage to the decal. I'll put it right up there against with the My Arcade artwork. If anyone remembers the My Arcade machines, they had beautiful laminated artwork on the side that was very thick. We're that quality right there. We also do include the SD card. We include a 32 gigabyte SD card. That'll include the new adventures of Robbie Roto, or the adventures of Robbie Roto. We got a very generous donation of that arcade ROM, so we actually have an official arcade ROM for the machine. We're looking at other ones as well, but for right now, we can definitely say that Robbie Roto is included, and also an OS installer. So basically, you'll connect it to the internet. It'll download all the appropriate files to you. You can see right, I talked ahead, but so also you can see right here, the adventures of Robbie Roto is included, and that was a very generous donation by the IP holder. We thank her very much for that. The items that are not included, we don't include a Raspberry Pi unit, Raspberry Pi 3 or 4, or the actual power adapter. We've been considering it back and forth. Right now, the power adapter is not included with the kit because it will depend on which Raspberry Pi you have. But most people have plenty of power adapters available. We do recommend you get the Raspberry Pi 4 power adapter. It'll power a 3 or a 4. It's always better to have more power for the machine. And of course, we have a step-by-step guide that will be included with the kit. Again, these are all the parts here. It's not a lot of parts, and it's very good to assemble. It's kind of like an educational thing. You kind of see how it gets put together. You put all the devices in, connect everything, and it's a great feeling when you build something yourself, and then you can play it afterwards. It's really a kind of cool thing. So here is the control that does come with the Build-A-Cade. Now we have a single joystick, player 1, player 2 start, and then an action button. And once again, this is a metal joystick. All our joysticks are metal. I'm very big on arcade quality without that arcade price, and if you're using a plastic joystick, it's probably going to break on you. But we're very big on this, and that is a metal joystick. You can see right here we have a stainless steel joystick shaft right here, and a high quality PVC control panel overlay. So this is a very high quality overlay, and again, if you put it down, it's not right, you can peel it up and put it back down without any problem or worry about damaging it. Also included again in the kit, we obviously get the joystick, the control panel, a user manual, and that user manual is very detailed, and of course the PVC control panel overlay. And again, if you don't like the ones that we have here, Joe Szabos will be offering kits. Just we'll be able to reach out to him, and he'll design one for you. Here's just a close-up of the dual. Once again, dual metal shafts, player 1, player 2, and an action button. Here is our 3 button joysticks, so that's actually 5. We have our player 1, player 2, and then A, B, and C with an 8-way direction joystick. We are looking into a 6-player, but that won't be available at launch. But we will have a 6-player controller available at some point. Here is one of the controls that I'm really in love with, because this uses our Hall effect technology. This is not a clicky dial. This is a free-flowing, smooth spinner. You can spin it and it'll continue to spin for what you would expect from an arcade to do. And we also have our player 1, player 2, and 3 action buttons. You see we have the spinner, which is right here. And again, when you have it in your hands, it just feels so damn good. I'm so in love with this controller. And we do offer a steering wheel attachment included in this kit. Of course, a unit manual, a cable to connect it to the GRS Build-A-Cade, a wrench in case you want to take off this top for different tops. Yes, there'll be different tops available. Maybe you want a Tron top or something like that, who knows? And of course, our PVC overlay on there as well. But that steering wheel attachment is something I also really love. Gary did a really good job with that. And there is that steering wheel. I love this steering wheel. It looks so good. Now, the one that we've been showing so far has been 3D printed. This one will be a true injected molded steering wheel, and that just looks beautiful. Maybe we could put a little horn on there, meep, meep, but won't be there in the initial, but that'd be kind of cool if we had a little horn in there. And you can see right here, here's a video showing it, and you can see how well that spins. That is not a clicky, cheap, like Arcade 1-Up asteroid spinner. This is a high quality GRS Hall effect spinner. You can see how well that thing spins. It's just beautiful. And again, people take our technology and try and mimic it, but you can't beat the best. The best is the original, and the original is the best. Then of course we have our trackball. I'm also excited for this thing as well, and it is a really free-flowing trackball. It's not illuminated. It is not illuminated, unfortunately, but because of the technology, we could not make it illuminated from the back. But you can see we do have a player 1, player 2 start, then A, B, C button, and a beautiful little trackball right here. That'll work great with your centipede, with your millipede, with your crystal castles. Of course, Missile Command. How can you not play Missile Command on this? So you have that nice trackball here. And of course, all this was designed by Arcade Workshop for GRS. And if you do want additional artwork, authentic artwork, you can reach out to Joe Szabos, and that's www, and the link is right here, joesabos.com. And that's really it. So I'm very excited. This is our big product launch for us, the GRS Build-A-Cade. And the pre-order again starts tonight on 8/20/22 at 8 p.m. So once again, the pre-order is tonight. I'm super excited about this. The date is 8/20/22 at 8 p.m. The pre-order will go live, and you have to go to the T-Sticks website to do your pre-order. And we expect to ship these in fourth quarter. So I'm real excited about this. And well, that's it, everyone. I thank you all for watching this video. And if you do decide to purchase this, I'm excited and happy for you. And I hope to hear, first of all, when you do get your unit, how well you liked it. And if you get special artwork, start putting pictures on the official GRS Build-A-Cade. I'll put a link down below, fan page. And send us some of your artwork that you guys have done and builds that you guys have done. And that's it. I'm talking too much at this point. I'm just so excited for this product launch. It is like a culmination of years of building controllers. Now we're making our own machine as well. And of course, you can use our full-size controllers on the GRS Build-A-Cade as well. That's why those 2 external ports are there. You can put our Star Wars yoke attached to it. Our spinners, trackballs, Tron sticks, and other controls we're coming out with should be compatible with it. I'm just really excited for this whole thing. So I want to thank you all for watching. And again, pre-order starts tonight at 8 p.m. I want to thank you all for watching the video. If you did like it, please like, share, subscribe. Definitely share the video. We want to try and get this out to as many people as possible, because the more people who support it, the more things we can come out with in the future. So thanks for watching. Remember, no matter what game you play or how you play your games, remember to tell your family and friends that you love them. And remember, game on.
Glen at the Tiny Arcade fan page. Remember, don't admire people too much. They'll disappoint you.
Sit, Blue Blue, sit. Good dog.